Now, to get to these spiritual comparisons,
Smoke and Stack, the voodoo connection they ain't tell you about. Let's dive in voodoo style because, baby, the twins and sinners got some heavy energy on them. Real familiar if you know about Papa Legba and his twin met Kafou. See, in Haitian voodoo, Legba and Kafou run the crossroads. They decide who can pass between this world and the spirit world. No move gets made without them. Same thing in Sinners. Smoke and Stack run the juke joint, that wild meeting ground where the human and the supernatural start to mix. That juke joint is a crossroads. Music, spirits, temptation, deals, you name it, it go down there. They are the gatekeepers to something bigger, something older. Smoke carries that Legba energy, that sunrise spirit. He's the light bearer trying to guide his people back to their roots through music, community, and family. He's about healing and opening doors. Stack, though, that's where Kafou steps in. Kafou's the wild one, the night crossroads, where if you don't know what you're doing, you get snatched up. After Stack gets tempted into vampirism, he ain't just wild, he's unpredictable and dangerous. But it's still love. He's still tied to Smoke, just like Kafou is still tied to Legba. Two sides of the same spirit. Choice, power, access, consequences. That's what they both represent. That's what crossroads are all about. Bloodlines, sin, redemption, Smoke trying to lift the family name, hold the community down, Stack out here carrying the pain, the wounds nobody wanted to face. And until both sides get honored, until the crossroads get respected, ain't no bloodline ever really free. You might think you're only calling on Legba, but trust, Kafou's hearing you too. You might think you're just walking the day road, but somewhere the night road is crossing up under your feet. Together, they are totality, the light and the dark, the open road and the hidden one. You gotta face both if you want to move forward. But yeah, you guys, my microphone died at the end of my video, so that's why I'm just going to finish off with this audio here. That passage is by a Lemonade profile called The Hidden Porch, which has a lot of spiritual information on it, mostly geared towards Afrocentrism, but you can find information about other cultures there as well. Really cool page. Check that out if you have the Lemonade app. As familiar as I am with Papa Legba, I have never heard of Kafou. So y'all let me know, am I alone in that or what? Have you ever heard of him? This is my first time, so I did my little research as well. It was very hard to like find a picture of him. When I Googled, I had to like go on Instagram and just come up with a few things to kind of depict what he might look like. You know, it's a very red and black thing going on here. But some pictures that I found of him look just like Papa Legba, so it's a little confusing. But he does exist in the hoodoo voodoo realm. Also, it's being said that Sammy is being compared to Robert Johnson, who's a man who's rumored to have sold his soul for musical talent and fame, basically. And I can see that. I mean, even though Sammy ended up running back to the church at the end of the movie, he still was a singer, had interest in doing secular music, went out to experience that, was faced with a whole bunch of temptation. And at the end of the movie, when Sammy's an old man, it's like he's still singing. So I can definitely see that comparison there as well. I think it's pretty cool. This was a good movie, you know? It definitely deserves all the love that it's getting. And looking back, if I had to say if it was anybody's fault why this happened the way it did, it's two people for me. It's Mary, because she was the first one bitten, going out there being fast, trying to talk to them people. Okay, and then I would have to say Grace, because they could have just stayed in the building until the morning time, but she had to call them in because she was being all emotionally crazy and everything. So yeah, definitely willing to pin this on Grace and Mary. Mary first though. And as far as Grace's husband, Bo, I don't know why he thought it was a good idea to go out to the car at night. I just don't know what he was thinking. Like, as soon as that scene happened, I feel like everyone already knew what was about to happen to him. It was just a very interesting decision. I feel like the movie could have stayed the same if he would have been in the building with him, because Grace could have still went crazy because the vampires threatened her daughter, you know? So, I don't know. I just feel like that was very dumb. This movie was so thrilling, so historical, so spiritual, so religious, inclusive even. And what I mean by inclusive is, again, actually displaying music from around the world and not just from the Black community, which would have been okay, but there was a part where the Irish vampires, which I didn't actually know they were Irish until they started singing their little river dance song. I don't know if it was a river dance, y'all. That's just what I say. They started doing the little leprechaun leg movements and everything. Not calling him a leprechaun, just saying the little dance that he was doing reminded me of that, which isn't a bad thing to me, so please. So yeah, whenever they were doing like the Irish folk music song outside, like all the vampires banded together and did a little number, it actually sounded really good. I don't hear music like that all the time, and it sounded really good. I had to like stop myself from moving my shoulders in enjoyment. And for a second there, I wondered if I was an Irish woman in a past life. Or an Irish man. But yeah, that little river dance slap, that was a bop. Other than that, check out the movie. Like I said, I told you guys a lot, but I also left out enough for you to still enjoy it. Feel free to report back to the comment section and let me know what you think of my recap. Thank you so much for listening and being here with me today. Subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you next recap.